This is Drew with Boomer Music Company, your band and orchestra experts since 1976, and thepodcastingstore.com, the one-stop shop for all things podcasting and remote learning. This is your weekend update. Well, greetings and welcome to your weekend update. Father's Day was last weekend, and the first day of summer is come and gone, so we're officially in summer. Hopefully, you're going to have the chance to, visit with family, get out and travel. I know that we've been able to do that a lot more over the last year, and that's something we're not going to take for granted again anytime soon. So, just enjoy the time that we have, and hopefully, you'll have the opportunity to do that. This week, over on the View from the Road video, I titled that one, "Who's the New Ed Rep?" Well, his name is Kevin, and Monday was his first day. And despite that, I still took him out on the road with me on Monday to do some deliveries. Now, if you've been following the series, you know that Monday is not my usual day, and taking out a new ed rep on his first day while out of turn, it was a very, very odd thing. So check out a clip from the video this week that kind of explains why that was the right thing to do.
And what brought that about was a really happy occasion, which was there was a lot of walk-in kids that had not previously signed up, that decided that that was what they wanted to do and they wanted to participate. So fantastic. I mean, that's wonderful getting the numbers up, but that doesn't change the fact that they need gear. And I had the time to be able to run down and do that, so it just made sense to do it doesn't matter that it's Monday. What does matter is that we have the stuff and the kids need it. And it gave me really a great opportunity to kind of start getting Kevin up to speed on how we
So no, Kevin was not in the video. I'm going to try to get him into some future ones, but uh, we're going to get him trained up. You're going to see more of him, and he's going to be down in the Denver area. So welcome, Kevin. Super excited to have you around, and it's going to be a great adventure that we're embarking upon. Then over on the drums west side of things, Peter gave a drum lesson, and this lesson was centering around using 16th note accents in different ways to create interesting things and phrasing and stuff like that. But Peter also had a fantastic anecdote. He was on stage with his band, and the lead singer pointed to him in the middle of a song, which she had never done before or since, and said, "Drum solo." And he related in that anecdote the thought process that he had to do to create an interesting solo, but not make something so interesting that all the dancers on the floor would stop and just watch him. So it's about engaging the audience and meeting them where they're at and keeping the party going. And this clip does not have that in there. You're going to have to watch the full video for that. QR code's right over there. But this clip is kind of a little bit from the drum lesson part of what Peter did. Check it out on the Drums West YouTube channel. Very, very informative.
So if you were to just throw together just accenting the one, then the E, then the and then the repeat each one 4 times, sounds like this. There you go.
And then over at the Podcasting Store YouTube channel, I had a bit of a deeper dive into something that I already covered, which was trying to connect the Zoom F3 field recorder into an iPhone. Now, in the previous video, I had mostly come to the conclusion that the best way to do that was to use the line out from the Zoom and then connect that into the iPhone, because that worked. And but one of the comments on the previous video said, well, have you tried using a USB-A to Lightning camera adapter? And I knew I hadn't really tested that out as thoroughly as I would have liked because I had had some problems with that in the past. Well, it wasn't faulty theory, it was faulty gear. My troubleshooting wasn't really on point for all of that, and so that was my fault. So I really went deeper into it to try to figure out what would it take to get this to work, and I actually had some success with getting the Zoom into the iPhone using the USB-C output. So check out the clip from that video where I demonstrate that proof of concept on the Zoom over here from what I'm talking to the microphone. But is it coming from the microphone or is it into the iPhone or is it coming from the iPhone built-in microphone? We've now successfully connected the Zoom F3 field recorder into the iPhone. So troubleshooting this, what I discovered was the cable that I had been using previously to try to do this function with a different item, the cable itself was bad, and I'd completely forgotten about it. So check out that video for just some ideas with troubleshooting as you're doing that with electronics, because I mean that knowing how to troubleshoot your gear is part of knowing how to use your gear. So that's a really important skill to have and to understand just the theory behind how it all works. So I urge you check out that video over at the Podcasting Store YouTube channel just to see the thought process behind doing that. And then this week's essay, yes, I'm back on the Podcasting Store Medium page this week, was about I don't know if you call him a minor celebrity, but James Van Der Beek. He was in my opera history class back at school. And this was just prior to him filming the pilot episode for Dawson's Creek. And so he left us early in the semester and then came back later. And my professor for that class, Dr. Lydia Ledeen, had what I considered at the time to be a fairly unexpected reaction to James's request to make up the work. And I'm not going to spoil what happened with that, but the lesson that I learned on that is really the importance of showing up every day and putting in the work and the value in kind of grinding it out. And read that essay if you haven't yet. I thought it was a very valuable lesson and one that's really universal, not just to that situation, but to music making and to other things in general. So that is your weekend update. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, check out the other videos in the channels, and we'll catch up with you next time.
If you enjoyed the Weekend Update, do me a favor and follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channels, or visit our websites. This is Drew with Boomer Music Company and thepodcastingstore.com. Thanks for listening.